delivery. Really important items that have sold out previously, that just came back in stock, that I really want to kind of share with you and talk to you about. This is LivePure. This is the air purifier that has been highly, highly popular because it's an air purifier with a twist, and I'm going to reveal that twist in a moment. Air purifiers have had a more popular time than ever before on HSN. We've sold more air purifiers in the past few months than I ever recall in the 14 years I've been here. Normally, when I present an air purifier, I talk about odors and smells, cooking smells, pet smells, tobacco smells. I talk about never needing to buy an air freshener ever again, or a plug-in or a candle, because this will remove those odors. Normally when I talk about an air purifier, I talk about allergens. I talk about me having hay fever, the sniffles, the itchy eyes. Not a cure, but has helped me so immensely over the past decade since I've had one. Because if you're cleaning the air, you're nurturing a healthier home. You're getting rid of, helping to eliminate some of the allergens in the air. Obviously, in the past couple months, the story has changed ever so slightly. Now, since we're all at home more, we're concerned about nurturing a healthier home. This is something that takes on a true important meaning. We've got to filter the air. We've got to be proactive, do what we can to clean the air in our home. We're also concerned about wearing masks or face coverings when we leave the house, but a lot of us don't think about what we're doing to filter the air inside the house. Even the EPA has said that the air inside our home can be up to 5 times more polluted. So guys, and by the way, if you do need face coverings, they are available. We'll put the details at the side of the screen. Now I'm going to say 2 things that are the most important of all. First is HEPA, real HEPA, true HEPA. Most air purifiers are not. They're HEPA type, HEPA tech, HEPA salt, HEPA like. This is real gold standard HEPA. HEPA purification is the very best that money can buy. Now for the icing on the cake, and the reason why this model in particular sells out every single time. This is the only air purifier that I present that has a forever filter. This is the only one where you do not need to replace the HEPA filter. So instead of $60 every 3 months, this is a forever filter. That's why this is always so extremely in demand. There are 1,000 available. I have black, I have the fabulous graphite, and I have pearl white that I'll reveal in a few moments. You can actually see it's in our chamber, and I'll go through that in a moment so you can see how quickly it moves the air. The other thing is, you look at this, this is a full room, perhaps whole home solution up to 2,000 square feet. So there's a lot going on here. It's a fabulous price. Instead of buying several around the house, this is perhaps the only one you'll ever need. Vonabelle Sherman, one of our home experts, is standing by live on Skype. And Vonabelle, it is a huge thing, a huge advantage to be able to say true HEPA, but also forever filter in the same sentence.
Yeah, that really is a coup. And look at the size of this. When you think about the size of the filter that you'd have to replace, something that is, you know, as big as a shirt could cost you $60 up to $100. So this is a huge size for HEPA filter, which is important because that means it's a bigger surface to take in all those allergens, all the things that are making your eyes itchy and your throat itchy, and maybe mold spores that are in the house because you had a flood a few months ago. And so not only do we do the allergens, and we are in allergy season. Right now is grass, tree, weed, and pollen. Boom, all of them. And so if you're feeling not quite right, consider that maybe allergies are kicking in. And look at how tiny these things are. So one piece of hair, just one, is that 80 to 100 microns. And then going down from there, we have pollen and household dust and pet, and then smoke. Now, smoke is the tiniest particle to remove from the air and the hardest, but not for LivePure, because LivePure has learned how to move the air, which cleans the air. It's pulling in through the 2 layers. By the way, 2 layers. First, cocoa carbon, which is in the better, best. Nope.
Good, better, best.
Good, better, best. There we go. Thank you. Good, better, best. This is the best. And look at the things. So we're pulling in the allergens and the dust and the dander, odors, all of those things. So this is the best as far as cocoa carbon, which is our pre-filter, and then true HEPA. So when we say it's permanent, so then what's the care? It's so easy. All you do is you take your upholstery brush, you have one on your vacuum cleaner, doesn't matter what brand you have one, and you vacuum this clean. Now, if you have forgotten, you have a little reminder right here from LivePure. Here's our settings. We have an accent light, which is this beautiful blue light, but you don't have to have that. You can shut that off if you want, see? But it makes a beautiful accent light or baby light. And then we have our speeds, low, medium, high, turbo, and then a timer, off on, sleep mode. And here's the two winners right here. When these go on, it does not mean buy a new filter. Oh my gosh, I have to measure this. I need a tape measure. What size is it? Sticker shock and buying a new one. When this light comes on and says HEPA filter, it means vacuum me. And when the pre-filter light comes on, it means vacuum me. So it is a money-saving, great, highly rated, customer pick air purifier. Now, Adam mentioned the sizes, and I'll do that quick, and then I know Adam will want to tell you stuff. Okay, so this unit is our Big Mac Daddy. It is the biggest one from LivePure. Here's what's great. It will do your smallest room, but it can do up to 2,000 square feet. Now, for me, that's my whole house. My house is 1,500 square feet. I live in a ranch. If I leave all my doors open, I can actually pull the air from the left, from the right, and it goes through the true HEPA filtration. So if you've been looking for an air purifier and you're kind of like, oh, I don't know, or maybe you have one and it's time to buy a filter and you just found out it's going to cost you $60 or $70 for a new filter, it's better to invest in a new purifier that will not be a money pit, because this is permanent HEPA filtration.
Well, it's certainly an advantage and there's no disputing it. I think for a lot of us, we've certainly learned more over the past few months about how important, how significant HEPA is, getting a real HEPA air purifier. And even if you don't buy this today, please just make a mental note somewhere that if you ever do go to shop for an air purifier, ask for real HEPA. Don't let them sell you one that's like HEPA, because every air purifier wants to be true HEPA, but most are not. So this is genuine HEPA, and it's of course a forever HEPA filter, so you don't need to replace them. I have a couple quick updates. The black is nearly gone. I have less than 200 now available. This is the graphite, and I want to show you the pearl white that's over here as well. I'm going to turn this on so you can see how quickly we're going to move the air, right? The quicker we're moving the air, filtering the air, this will suddenly become crystal clear. There's the pearl white. If you do want the pearl white, that one's nearly sold out. Please understand that the air purifiers that we've brought in have all sold out week after week and day after day. This one in particular, though, is the only one that I've done that has that forever filter. And I know for most of us, that's a major talking point. It's an important point. So whilst it will always be a wonderful opportunity to help clear the house of allergens that might affect with hay fever and the itchy eyes and the sniffles, and again, it's not a cure, but if you're helping to get rid of those things, it's got to be a good thing. We could talk about odors and smells and dust, you know, helping to remove all of those. I just think now more than ever, we're trying to do what we can. We're washing our hands. We're outdoors wearing a mask, a face covering. We're spending more time being conscientious, sanitizer and all the rest of it. What are we doing to clean the stuff that we cannot see that's floating in the air? Okay, white's nearly gone. This is your graphite. So they're all pretty much selling evenly, everybody. We're expecting to be virtually sold out within the next 9 minutes. Once we've done this, we're gonna go to our Philips Sonicare toothbrush. I can't wait to show you that. And then our special delivery item is set to arrive. It's something that I am wearing upon my person, just to give you another clue. Vonabelle, in terms of air purifiers that are out there, it's working I mean, our air purifier at our house has been on. We never turn it off, certainly not now.
Yeah.
It works 24 hours a day, 7 days.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't have to turn it on. Some people will leave it on for, 8 hours and shut it off, but you really don't have to turn it off. You just make sure that you do your vacuum, your true HEPA filter. I want to do a little education. This will help my producer too. So there is an organization called AHAM. They are a third party, and they rate all portable air purifiers. And their baseline for measuring how an air purifier cleans is they want to know how many times in 5 times every hour will this clean. So 5 times every hour, this will clean 550 square feet. But if you put it in a smaller room, it's going to clean it more. If you put it in a bigger space, it cleans it a little less. Here's some examples, and that's the baseline. What is it doing when it's 5 times every hour? And that's 550, and you'll see that on your box too. But I never want you to get caught in exact sizes, because you could put this in a smaller room, or you could have it in the bigger room. When you do it in a bigger, it's just less times. Put it in a smaller, it's more. Here's the examples. If I put this in a room that was 10 by 20, it would clean the room 22 times in an hour. I have a room like that. So if I put it in that room 22 times, it won't even be the same air in an hour. Literally will not be the same air. So if you're itching or not feeling good or not breathing well, or somebody was smoking in that room, just put this in that small room. Then we get to 15 by 20, 9 times in an hour. 25 by 30, that's a huge room. 4 times an hour. 20 by 50, that's 1,500 square feet, that's my house. Then we're gonna do it 2 times an hour. And then finally, 40 by 50 equals 2,000 square feet, and then we're gonna do it 1 1/3 time every hour. So you see how it changes. But that baseline, that AHAM it's called, the outside organization, they say for the 5 times every hour, it will do the 550. But there's so many variables. If you put this in a tiny room, maybe it's the baby's room, where you really want clean air, LivePure has mastered moving the air. So when you think about that big space, think about it's grabbing from the left, it's grabbing from the right, and sending it all through 2 layers of HEPA filtration. And this is our Mac Daddy. So if you can only buy one, make it this one. Because you can move this around. You could put it in the baby's room at night, or your room, move it out to the big bonus room or playroom, and let it clean that whole entire area. Because you know what? The best smell is no smell.
Right.
And I want to point out something special about LivePure.
Okay.
This here, if I was in the studio with Adam, I'd be asking him to touch this with me. This is actually a rubberized gasket. Rubberized gasket prevents air from simply slipping by and coming out dirty. When it's a rubberized gasket, all air is forced through the 2 layers of HEPA filtration. And, you know, Adam said this earlier, if you don't buy this, anything you buy, I want you to make sure that it has a rubberized gasket so that you're not getting the same dirty air out, because if it does not have a rubberized gasket, you're just getting the same dirty air right back out. But here, all the air, all that dirty air is forced through first coconut carbon and then true HEPA, and it's permanent. There's no money pit here. All this amount of true HEPA is going to benefit you, collecting mold spores and allergens, the pollen, and all the things that are irritating your family. And this is really, truly an act of love for your family to get this, especially at this particular time in our lives.
I think there's, you know, the story is such an important story, and it's something that we have to share and talk about. Life is better with an air purifier, there's no doubt about it. People talk about having to clean less, there's less dust in the air, they wake up in the morning and they feel better, and all of those same stories still apply. It's just that 2 months ago, the world got turned upside down, right? 2 months ago, we had to start taking different steps, different actions to look after ourselves and protect ourselves and our loved ones. Can there be any argument that having an air purifier in your home is better than not having an air purifier? I think it's an easy argument to win. Remember, if you're going to buy any air purifier, please insist that it's HEPA, 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 HEPA. If you and I went to the store and we went to the air purifier aisle, you would see a lot of air purifiers, and if you looked at the fine print on the box, most of them would say HEPA type or HEPA-like. This is real HEPA purification, but it has one advantage, and it's the advantage that truly makes this a winner. This HEPA air purifier doesn't need replacement filters. That's big for a lot of folks, because I'm the same. We don't want to add another cost to our budget, right, to our expenses. If I told you this did all of the above, but every 3 months you got to spend $70 on it, I bet your mind, you'd waver a little bit. Understandable. This is one of the only ones that does not need replacement filters. This harnesses next generation technology that's better, that allows for you to simply vacuum the filter. So you get the benefit of real HEPA, but you never spend another dollar. Never spend another dime on maintaining this. Now that is a winner. With everyone on the phone line, I have about 350 left. Again, it just came back in stock. Our wonderful Michelle, who is our head planner that works on the open house show, she knows how passionate I am about them, and she keeps her eye on the inventory, and when it comes in, she's like, okay, it's in, Adam, yeah, okay, you can talk about it. Black is nearly gone. This is the graphite, also nearly gone. And of course, the pearl white that is inside here. And again, Vonabelle, this shows us how quickly it's able to move the air, right?
Absolutely. You don't blink, because that removes that dirty air, that smoky air, that dusty air, boom, it's gone. And that's what you're going to see at home. This is a customer pick. And you know, that's what many of the reviews said. I read a bunch of them, and there was like 40-something 5-star reviews, and they said, best purchase I have made at HSN. What a difference I feel. I'm breathing better. The house smells better. And let's talk LivePure. LivePure is a great company. They give a 6-year warranty. Who does that, right? You get 12 months, you're done. 6-year warranty, USA-based customer service. So if you have a question or a problem, you will call America, and it'll be an American answering the phone. So that's comforting to a lot of people, and that warranty is outstanding, really industry leading. And so this is a great air purifier to get home. And if there's somebody in your family or in your circle that you love, and you think, oh, I want to get them an air purifier, you don't want to give them one that's going to cost them $60 or $100 in 6 months. You want to give them one that has true HEPA, that's permanent, and all they'll do is vacuum it clean whenever the light goes on, or maybe once a month when you're vacuuming your carpets or whatever. That way it's not a money pit for anybody, and it's a great investment, and it might even be the one you want to get. If it's time to get a filter for the one you've got, it's end the money pit and get something that won't cost you any more money when you get it home, because it's true HEPA, permanent, from a great company.
Vonabelle, thank you so much. A pleasure as always. Yeah. Stay safe, and I'll see you soon. Yes. Thank you, Vonabelle. Folks, it really is an amazing opportunity tonight as well, just so you know. They maintain that $80 off, which is, I mean, normally $300. It's now $219.95. It's also, and I'm thrilled to see that, free shipping and handling. So we'll ship it to you free of all charge. You've got our return policy. Life is better with an air purifier. And I hope even if you don't buy it tonight, you just carry with you that information. Not all air purifiers are built the same way. I will always recommend a real HEPA air purifier. I don't always have the luxury of being able to present one that has a forever filter. Don't get me wrong. All the others are great. If you've got real HEPA, it's fantastic. But this one means you'll never spend another dollar. It has a forever filter. You know, we talk about protecting ourselves inside of our home. What about outside of the home? If you're heading out to the grocery store or seeing friends or family,